I had two FBI agents show up here at the farm. And they wanted to talk about what I'd experienced during the last 5 years in terms of the censorship, defamation, the coordinated attacks, et cetera, because they've been authorized to begin investigations about that stuff, which is I'm
Wow.
glad to hear it.
Wow.
And given what Tulsi, the bombs that Tulsi is dropping on a daily basis concerning the Russiagate hoax. Hey, remember that the Trusted News Initiative was originally set up because of Russiagate.
Right.
It was set up because of the threat of Russian election interference in the West, which we now know was a big nothing burger. But that was the original justification for setting up that operation, and which there's a lawsuit against it right now that essentially asserts that what it really is a trade organization designed to protect the interests of big corporate media.
Well, it's nice to hear that these investigations are happening, and it's just not, let's move forward, because, well, you and I both experienced massive amounts of censorship among other people, including the president, and it needs to be investigated, and it needs to be also set straight.
I feel strongly there needs to be consequences, or this is
Yeah.
going to just continue.
Yeah, exactly.
And the words that are coming out of Tulsi's mouth about the Russiagate investigation indicate that there may well be consequences for the first time in my lifetime or political malfeasance. We'll see, because if it doesn't happen, if we don't get a sharp shock to the system, the United States is just going hell-bent for leather right down Banana Republic Road.
Yeah. No, they're strong words to hear from Tulsi. And again, I'm over here, so I'm a little separated from the States, even though I'm American. But to hear her come out like that and really go straight for, the jugular was interesting to watch. And it showed intention, and also the backup with the evidence is clearly there. So that's fascinating to see. It's great to hear that, you had approached by the FBI. And, we're still facing a 2-year ban on YouTube ourselves. And I read all these articles, about how Google and Facebook have now changed their ways. And, Mark got rid of his fact-checking organization. But the truth is there are still hangovers from that censorship period.
Oh, it still goes on.
It still goes on.
The shadow banning, the small rooming.
Yeah.
They've come up with other euphemisms and structures to do the same kind of stuff in a little more subtle way with a happy face on it. But that's kind of how that ecosystem is working.
Yeah, until you
Hey, Brian, there's another achievement that probably flew underneath the radar in the UK, and corporate media hardly touched it. I think The Hill put out an article.
Peter Thiel took $500,000 and turned it into $1 billion using the exact same techniques we're using inside the investment club. He met a CEO, his name was Zuckerberg. He pitched him the deal and he said, okay, I'll give you $500,000. Mark went public and sold the shares to people like you. Well, what happened to Peter? Well, he exited and got a 2,300x return. The wealthy invest in early stage companies, folks. The public markets are for suckers. It's a rigged game. By the way, this happens in crypto as well. It's called pre-sale tokens. This is Solana. Does anybody know this chain? They sold pre-sale tokens for 4 cents. And you can see the date on there, April 5th, 2018. Look at Solana today, folks. That thing's up over 1,000x. The media and Wall Street and all these hype people get you to buy the top. Meanwhile, they put their clients in at the bottom and they use you for liquidity to make their clients rich. You can play this same game. You just have to have the financial education and the deal flow. That's it.
And I get a little bit of a victory tour on this one myself. So you may recall that I went to Geneva at the time when Tedros was jamming through the international health regulations. I asserted that was illegal, what was done. It didn't meet their timeline and policy and procedures, requirements, et cetera. It was jammed through after dinner when a number of the delegates had left. And in the United States, there was a huge uproar because it would infringe on national sovereignty and create a situation where the WHO would kind of codify and entrench all of the malfeasance that I argue, that was associated with the COVID mismanagement. And so I wrote an essay from Geneva at the time, speaking about what I'd observed, together with another U.S. person, Reggie Littlejohn. And it kind of sat there. Well, it turns out it didn't just sit there. After the election, it made its way through the national security apparatus in the United States. And I think it was just last week or a week and a half ago, a joint decision from the president, Secretary Kennedy, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio withdrew at the last minute the United States from the World Health Organization international health regulations. And that was almost immediately followed by Giorgio Meloni making the same decision from Italy, from Brothers of Italy Party. And surprisingly, that was it. It was just the United States and Giorgio Meloni in Italy that withdrew, nothing but crickets from your government, or of course from the European Union, or from the various member states that we've come to think of as associating with this embryonic Make Europe Great Again movement. Only the United States and that crazy neo-fascist fan of family values in Italy. I'm referring to how the press has portrayed Giorgio Meloni, who certainly is not a neo-fascist. So that's another win for Bobby.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.